Today's Midday Kentucky cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here in the Wild Time Kitchen, and we're focusing in on some low-carb options this week. And this one I'm pretty excited about. Troy, you all know, loves some spaghetti squash. So Troy, this one's for you. But this is a spaghetti squash lo mein. So we're using a lot of Asian flavors and kind of bringing in that same feeling of that lo mein, and we're using our spaghetti squash as our noodles. So we're just going to do this. This is going to be a very simple, great weeknight dinner because it's all going to come together. This one I'm doing is vegetarian, and I'm using kind of the mushrooms as the meat in this, but you could certainly add in chicken or shrimp, you know, ground beef even, or sausage. So make this your own, and we're going to get started with just some sauteed onions in a skillet. So really we're just going to keep building flavors in this, and then we'll talk about the spaghetti squash while everything is cooking and sauteing. But I'm going to start kind of at a medium-high heat. I have a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and we're just going to let those onions kind of simmer. So to talk a little bit about our spaghetti squash, I always like to cook it in the oven. I cut it in half lengthwise and then just turn it over and just let it cook until it's just basically like soft enough to where you can just make that indentation with your finger. And then it's called spaghetti squash for the reason of you can just take a fork and just pull it, and you just get all those noodles like spaghetti right out of the squash. So that's really all that I do. I didn't season it with anything because we're going to add it in and then season it as we go. So that's it. I think roughly you're looking at, depending on the size of your spaghetti squash, somewhere between 15 and 25 minutes. All right, we're going to go with a bit of garlic. Love me some garlic. Garlic makes everything better. And just kind of working those in. And then next we're going to add in our meat. And in this case it's going to be these golden shiitake mushrooms. And I really love shiitakes and the flavors that they bring. So these are already sliced up. You can get them at the market already sliced, or you can slice them up. You could go with button mushrooms or cremini mushrooms. It's really your pick. I'm going to slice up a little bit of red bell pepper because I want to have a little pop of color in this dish as well. So just some julienne strips of our red pepper. And then we've got some coleslaw mix. This is a good, easy cheat that has some carrot pieces. It's got cabbage already shredded. So then that's our next ingredient going in. Okay? So we really haven't added any of those Asian flavors yet. We're just letting the vegetables kind of caramelize and just work together in this pan. Getting those bell peppers. I really love the pop of that red in this dish. All right, so now once we start getting this in here, we can start to add some of our flavors. So of course we're going to season with salt and pepper. Always. And then if you have watched me over the years, you definitely know I like a little kick in mine, so we're going to go with a touch of sambal, which is that red chili paste. Okay, Troy is known for loving him some ginger, so I'm going to add a little bit of that fresh grated ginger in there. A little bit goes a long way. And then we might hit it with a little rice vinegar, but really this is coming together nicely. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add our spaghetti squash. And this is just a one-pot dish, so everything's just going together. These are still a little hot. Still a little hot on me. All right, so there's some spaghetti squash. Hit it with a little bit of lime, a little citrus to brighten that up. And then the final thing we're going to add this is some sesame oil. You don't want to cook in sesame oil because it's got a very low smoke point, but it's a great way to finish and bring that little touch of Asian spice to it. Top it with some green onions, mix that together, and you are good to go. I'm going to put this recipe on Midday's website, which you can go to and you can find at wtvq.com/recipes. And you're watching Midday Kentucky. I'm Chef Allison Davis. We'll be right back after this short break.